Each and every one of you, pat yourselves on the back for being here today. You are investing in your business and yourself just by coming here and, building the relationships with the other consultants and just learning about, how to advance your business. A lot of people just think like, oh, I just sell nail wraps, whatever. Like when I talk about follow-up, I want you to treat your business like $1 million business. Whether you make $100 a month or $1 million a month or a year, whatever, treat it like $1 million business when you're doing your follow-ups and when you're talking with your customers. And kind of like what Connie was saying, people hate talking on the phone nowadays. I am one of those people. Connie probably won't want me saying that, but I hate talking on the phone. I always have kids yelling and screaming in my background. I do daycare, I try to do it at nap time, then someone wakes up at nighttime, my 4 kids are running around, so I do a lot of texting, emailing, and that kind of stuff. So do what works for you, but just make sure you're doing it. One of those things a lot of consultants say is, they feel icky or pushy. They don't want to talk to people. They don't want to follow up with them because they feel like they're pushing them. And as a consultant, it is your job to consult people. You're not here just selling them something. You need to help them. You need to follow up. You need to serve your customers. And, okay. Successful follow-up is looking at those you interact with every day and asking this: how can you serve them and how can you bring value to their day? It's not just about you. It's about serving the people that are buying from you. You want to build those relationships. You want to have that relationship with those customers. And another thing someone mentioned earlier, we have a consumable product. So you want to build that relationship with that customer because you want them to come back to you. And if you're not doing the follow-up, someone else is going to get their next sale. Because if they like the product and you're not following up with them, someone else is going to do it and someone else is going to get that customer. Then if that new consultant, does their follow-up and does what they need to be doing to treat that customer and to serve that customer, they're not going to come back to you. They're going to stay with that other consultant. Another thing about following up, I do a lot of vendor events. So I buy the pads that we can buy on the marketing website, and it asks on there, like, what's your preferred method of contact? Whether it's email, texting, phone call. If they put phone call, you have to call them. Do not text them, they're going to be annoyed. Do not email them, they're going to be annoyed. They put phone call on there because they want to talk to you in person. And so that's one thing that you want to make sure you do. Another thing, not just the customers. You're not just following up with your customers. If you talk to someone at Target and they mention your nails, like, wow, I love your nails, thanks, or Jamberry. I carry those notepads with me in my purse and I have them fill that out. And I follow up with them. They're really not my customer yet because they have not purchased from me. But a day later, I will call them and simply be like, hey, it was great meeting you in Target the other day. I'm glad you loved my nails. Do you think you want to have a party? Do you want to know more information about it? But not just your customers. You also want to follow up with people that you just build that relationship with. That's another thing I kind of just went over. How do we follow up? You follow up with your customers, someone that you met in the store, someone that attended a party, whether they ordered or not. When people follow up, like I said, it's not just the people that bought something from you. When you go to a party, not everybody is going to buy anything. Yeah, it'd be nice if everybody did, but not everybody buys from every party. So I had a party Thursday. The next day I messaged each and every one of them and thanked them for coming to the party and told them it was great meeting them and just build that relationship. Like, hey, Trista, thanks for coming to Jody's party yesterday. That shirt you had on was amazing. That's it. Like, you don't have to go into, why didn't you buy? Do you want to buy something? Do you want to have a party? Just simply thank them and they're going to appreciate that. Okay, right here, this is the cold hard truth. 90% of customers never hear back from a consultant after a purchase. And 25% of our customers never purchase more than once. So some of the reasons, why do you think 25% of our customers never purchase more than once? They tried it on, didn't work for them. Those nail stickers, they didn't work. They didn't ever hear back from anybody again. All of those things can be prevented in your follow-up. If you're following up with them, you're going to be the first one to know if their wraps are not working for them and how you can help them, give them different application techniques. You have to follow up. If you're not following up with people, you're not going to keep those customers. You're not going to have a VIP group because you don't follow up with them. You don't build that relationship. Service is the key to follow up, and providing value is what turns the key and open a door to an amazing business. You can set yourself apart by giving these people a relationship with you. I would rather buy from somebody that builds a relationship with me, that cares about me, and that comes on my Facebook page and says, hey, your wedding pictures looked great. Like, oh, thanks, that was nice of her. I don't even really know her. I just bought something from her 3 months ago. But when I need something next time, I'm gonna go back to that person. You can set yourself apart from other consultants by building these relationships with people. They're gonna remember you for that reason. This is a big one. Implement a system, and I don't care what you use, if it's a notebook, if it's an Excel spreadsheet, if it's note cards. Laura uses this system. I don't really know how she uses it because I do not use that system. Laura will go over it with you, but I use an Excel spreadsheet. If anybody is interested with that, I am a non-paper person. I want everything on my laptop, so when my kids are napping, I don't have to dig through papers. It's my laptop's right there. That's all I use. So whatever you use, whatever you don't use, start to use something now, whether, I don't care what it is. It doesn't have to be perfect, just start today. And it might feel overwhelming to be like, oh my gosh, I've been selling jams for 6 months now. I'm gonna have to dig through all those follow-up, all the order forms. Don't get overwhelmed by it, just start today. Start your business from today with your follow-up. Start caring for those customers from today. Use a notebook today, and in a month when you're ready, go to the filing system. When you're ready, do a different system. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just need to follow up with your customers. You need to care about them. A lot of people don't reorder because the wraps didn't work, they didn't feel valued. You really have to make sure your customers feel valued. And the 4 things you need to have for follow-up is you always need to have a plan. Always, always, always ask open questions when you are following up or when you're contacting your customers. You want to present value, and you always want to schedule another meeting. Don't just be like, okay, bye, next time. I'll talk to you whenever I talk to you again. Always set up another meeting. And we're going to go over those kind of each by each. Which is the next slide? Are you the next slide? Okay, there. You go. Okay.
Actually, I want to do my little folder quick. Okay. This is what I use for my follow-up. After Summit, I really wanted to get a lot better with my follow-up. I was always pretty consistent with the 2 days and the 2 weeks, and then after that, I was kind of lost. Like, what do you do? So this is something that I learned at Summit, and I immediately went home and did this. So I just went to Office Max, and this folder is by month, and then I put extra folders in there by the week, so I know who I'm going to contact each week of the month. So I have week 1, week 2, week 3, and then I just keep moving those customers, and I put the actual order form in there. If it's someone that I've contacted, they took a sample from me, they're taking a 7-day challenge, I also just write on a piece of paper and start a file for them, and just keep moving it. It's not perfect. Sometimes I get to the end of the week and it's like, wow, I need to do my follow-up. So it's not perfect. Just keep moving with it and do something. And then I have also added a VIP page in the last about 4 weeks, and that has really been amazing, to keep in contact with them. So That's what I do. Okay. So from the start, you have to have a plan for every interaction. So before you message, call, or email, ask yourself, why am I contacting them and what is the ultimate goal? Okay, so why are you contacting them? Are you thanking them? You want to check to see if they've received their order. That is big because there have been times, you know, on rare occasions that things have been lost and you don't want to skip that one, especially if they paid for something and didn't get it. Seeing if they want to host a party. You had a connection with them at the party and you want to follow up on that and see about that. See if they want to join. Somebody might be really excited about it. They have a perfect application the first time. So your first call is 2 days after you initially meet, or the first 24 to 48 hours after you initially meet them. Contact them, and I usually just do a simple thank you for coming to the event, thank you for your order, and just leave it at that. But sometimes they'll message back and, you know, they might want to place another order. Hey, you know, I didn't order that heater. I would really like to get that heater. I think that would really help with my application. Let's see here. Your second is your 2-week follow-up, and you're just confirming if they've got their order, confirming how their application went. This is an important one. Some people, it's troubleshooting for them. They might have, their wraps are peeling or they're getting creases in it. So you start off with maybe offering them the application video that Janberry offers for this, which is a great tool. And just troubleshooting with them and help them to figure out the product and how to apply it. And if you can meet with them in person if they have issues, that is also great too. And then your third is 1 to 2 months later, you contact them again. And why are you contacting them? Janberry is always giving us a reason to contact them with our hostesses exclusives, our sister style exclusives. It's always, they're always giving us an opportunity to contact them. And also our new catalog changes. Contact the customers and find out if they want a new catalog and to see if they'd like to host a party then. Okay. Your open-ended questions, we kind of went over that, and find out how you could help them. How do you, and then if they say no about hosting a party or joining your team, you can always turn that into who do you know? You know, do you know someone that would be right to join the team? Do you know somebody that would love this product and host a party? Present value. You never want to call or message just to check in. You always want to have a reason to contact them. I'm out of time. Okay, reasons to connect. I kind of went over that. The sister style exclusive, holiday specials, the tips on application, incentives for hosting a party, the Manny combos you think that they would like, team sneak peeks and what's going on in their personal life. If they've got a wedding coming up, you can maybe offer to show them how to do their manicures or come into their the wedding party for rehearsal, dinner, and maybe doing the whole wedding party. So, and then 4, schedule another meeting. The point of every meeting is to book another meeting. So you want to be letting them know that you'll be contacting them in the future to see if you can help with any of their jam needs. So.
And I want to mention one more thing. Some people, it gets overwhelming. It was for me until I started MailChimp. Oh, MailChimp. You get, I believe, is it up to 2,000 messages for free?
2,000 contacts.
2,000 contacts. Wow, I'm way far from that. So each month, once I get my customers, I always try to get email addresses because in MailChimp, it's all through email. So go into MailChimp and just play with it. You're not gonna break it, but it's going to, it's gonna save your life for your follow-ups in the future. Once a month, I contact every single customer on my follow-up list. On my big Excel spreadsheet, I copied and pasted their emails right from there. You upload their email address. Once a month, I have a template and I basically go on, ask them how their month is going, just want to give you a little shout out. Here's the Sister Style exclusive. Here are the specials we have. Here are the Now I Can wraps that we're doing for this great, organization that we're giving money back to. So I do an email once a month. And the nice thing is, I don't like it that they unsubscribe, but if they don't want to get your emails anymore, they just unsubscribe. You get an email that says they unsubscribed. So I kind of just leave them alone. I kind of just put them, I red flag them on my Excel spreadsheet because I know then not to bother them or harass them. They unsubscribed because they're not interested. That's fine, it's not for everybody. But I highly, highly recommend MailChimp, and then that is going to get you, every month you go in, you make one template, takes you 5-10 minutes, you click send, sends to your 500 customers, boom, you had your follow-up for that month. So go in and play with it. It's the best thing ever. So